All right, let's do a second exercise. This is going to be the YMCA. So I work for the YMCA now. I am in charge of doing their digital signage. And the swim lesson coordinator wants me to do like an advertisement for their swim lessons for summer. So here is the email that she sent me. We have swim lessons and then the dates, all that information. All right, this time, I also wanted to show you another trick that I don't normally do because I think this technology is brand new, but I gave this email to ChatGPT and asked it to make a presentation for me. And it made this. So this is like a way that it can save you time. However, looking at this, I'm like, we're getting into brochure territory. So I definitely would print this off and hand it off to parents at the front desk, but I just would not put this on a screen. And it doesn't make an impact, right? It's just at a glance, I don't really know what it's selling. So I'm going to go ahead and like mark it up and try to ideate, how to condense things. And again, I'm going to remove things, but I don't want it to give less information, right? I want to say more with less. Alrighty. So I'll do one example. So in the title it says, "Make a splash this summer. Join May swim lessons at the Y." I'm just going to say summer lessons. I know that kind of seems like I'm removing information because I removed the YMCA, but here's the logo. And I'm not saying swim, right? It says swim. It says summer lessons. So because I took away the word swim, I'm going to make sure that the images that I put scream swim. Taking a screenshot of just that portion, copying it, going into Canva and pasting it on top. All right. This is just here for me, like as reference, so I can talk to you about some of the upgrades that I made. Okay. So I think the most important thing besides what we're selling is the details. We want them to sign up before May 6th, right? Before the lessons start. So that's, I think, a little urgent. Instead of putting a title like session dates, we can just put icons. So instead of putting dates, you can just put an icon of a calendar. Instead of saying like what type of registrants or people can join, we can just put a person, and then the time is evenings. I know that we could put the exact times, but because the exact times, if you see here, there's just so many, they're different for each group. I'm gonna just say that it's evenings and have them go to the front desk to get a flyer or go to the website, right? So we have here 2 calls to action. We have register at the front desk or on the website. And then we have pricing on at the bottom. And we really don't wanna put a lot more information in here. To signify what this is, the swim lessons, I have little swimmers swimming. I have a texture, like swim water texture in the background. The sun says summer. Also, I made sure that the little swimmers also were very confident. They're not just like standing in the water waiting for the teacher, like for instructions. They're submerging, which is like the coolest thing for a parent to see. When a parent finally sees their kid blow bubbles underwater, it's like, wow, my kid is building confidence. So we want to make that emotional message to also be memorable. All right. Some tips and tricks about accessibility. I'm going to go ahead and remove these just so I can talk about this portion. We have white text and blue text on a bluish background. And so I did that same trick where I took a gradient where the text was going to be. I made it a little bit darker to increase the contrast between the background and the text. And yeah, the textures and the color, everything else, they are Canva elements. Lastly, what I like to do before importing this to Rice Vision, I would do all of the text in Rice Vision. So I would export this as a background image, then put it into Rice Vision. But in Rice Vision, I would do the text because when you export this in Canva, it will be an image or a PDF, and some definition could be lost. There could be some pixelization in the text. But in Rice Vision, the text is like text, so it can be infinitely zoomed in, and on your big screens, it will still be high definition.